Welcome back, 710 Garage, Jeremy here, and today we got a little project for the shop. Finally, we're not doing stuff for everybody else. Now, I bought a huge slab of steel. It's 2 inches thick, 5 feet by 5 feet. This is a 2,200 pound piece of steel, but I figured it's gonna make it the ultimate workbench. It'll be nice, big and square. I can pound on it when I need to. I can tack weld stuff to it to make a little fixture, whatever I gotta do, and I'm never gonna go through it. Like I said, it's 2 inches thick. But in order to be able to move that around the shop and not have it, stuck in one spot and in the way and whatever, we need to make a base for it. We need to get some wheels. We need to put all that stuff together so that when I bring the slab home here, yeah, obviously I can put it on there and we're off to the races. So, I did a project back a little while. I put a big sunshade out behind the back of the house, and I had some tubing left over from the lengths that I cut down. So that is this tube here. It is 5 inches by 5 inches, 1/8 wall, and I figured this will make the perfect base. So I ended up cutting this on our bandsaw and getting it all prepped and ready to go. So basically what I want to do is make a U shape like this. And that's going to be able to allow me to put a shelf down here on the bottom, and then the wheels will go up under that. These ends up here that are not connected to anything currently, that's what's going to connect to the bottom of the table. And my plan is to make like an 8 by 8 square with the bolt pattern in it for the wheels, and then we'll just plug weld up to the bottom of the table. So what I want to do is get this base settled out today, and then I want to make a base for the bolt bins that I got from MS Supply. So those bolt bins came a hell of a long time ago, and I've just been so busy we haven't done anything with them at all. Actually, they're still even in the boxes. So we're going to make a cart for the table, we're going to make a cart for the bolt bins, and yeah, that's what we're doing. So let's get on it. I got a couple hours here. The wife gave me a get out of jail card today, so Saturday, I got a couple hours. Let's throw it on here while the kids are napping, and then I can get back to doing family stuff. All right, so like I mentioned, we got the U here that we want to make. So what I did do was I already welded this and then I ground it smooth. So we're going to take those, lay it on top of these, and we're going to take that, lay it in the middle of this. So we'll have two identical U shapes, and then what we're going to do is connect those U shapes together so we have a full square. Once that's all done, we're going to go ahead and put some supports here on the bottom so that I can put a piece of plywood on the top here, and that plywood will act like a shelf, and it's got some center support so it ain't gonna fall down or go anywhere. All right, now you know what we're doing. Let's roll. All right, so we got the top and the bottom here welded. I'm going to grab the grinder, grind that off real quick so we can flip it over, and we'll do the other two sides. We're about ready to put the middle in. So we got one U up here on the table, one U down here on the floor, and we got two pieces left over. So what that means is those two pieces are going to connect these two together, and we should have a table base. So my plan is to flip this thing over, we'll lay it on the ground here, and then we're gonna tack those guys into it. Once those guys are tacked in, we'll pick it up, weld it. We should be about done. So we got one frame here that's pretty much done. I added the two little crossbars like I was saying, so that'll be a support for the floor of the shelf I want to put in there. And now I got one of the bolt bins out. So as you can see here, it's a 40 bin. I have two of these, but I actually want 4. So my plan is to put 2 facing out and 2 facing this way. This side will be metric, that side will be standard. That way if you're working on something, you can just spin it around. If it's a new car, you got all your fasteners. If it's something older like the 68, you spin it around, you got all your standards. So that's kind of my plan. So we're gonna be building a cart that will support double the amount of bins that I have. Now, this right here is 34, that's what we have across. This is 20, so 20 plus 4 will give us 24, which is the depth of 2 of those bins. Now, I want to lift this thing up off the ground because I don't want to be right on the ground trying to get bolts out of the bottom of it. So we're going to double it. So now we have our 34 and our 20s, and then we have an 18-inch riser there. So the plan is weld the first square together, weld the second square together, put the risers in, weld that together, tack the wheels on, and then we are going to paint it. Hopefully I can get it in prime tonight, so I will get it welded, go in, do what I got to do, and then I'll come back out tonight, prime this, prime that, everywhere where we're not going to be welding, but that should give us a real good jump start on putting the actual tabletop on that piece and getting the bins settled down on this guy. Anywho, let's roll. So that's where we're gonna cut it for this video. And I did go ahead and get the parts primed. I re-primed a couple spots on that. I got the legs of this primed, and I picked up our plate. Now this plate here is 2 inches thick. It's absolutely massive, 5 foot by 5 foot square. So now what we need to do is get the plates that are in the truck, weld them to that, get some wheels on it, and we got a super awesome table. Now, like I said, that's where I'm gonna cut it for this video. I will bring you back. We will end up mounting the top and all that stuff, but it's not a priority right now. So, I'd like to say thanks for watching, and we will catch you on the next video.